In this video, I will show you the best budget Prebuilt gaming PCs of the month, the cheapest one being around $500 and the most expensive one being around $1,000. So if your budget is around those numbers, you want to stay and watch this whole video because I will explain what each of these PCs are capable of running with the estimated FPS and what type of performance you can expect for the price. So if you're a beginner, don't worry because everything will be explained as simple as possible. That being said, let's start. With the first one, we have the cheapest one on the list for $540. I'm talking about the Victus 15L from HP. This one has the i5-12400 alongside the Intel Arc A380 for the GPU. Now, this PC is not going to be the best one on the market, of course, but it's going to get the job done at 1080p, 60 plus FPS on average. So if you want a starter PC to play games like Valorant, Minecraft, Roblox, CSGO, all these type of titles at 1080p, 60 plus FPS, it will be definitely possible. And you can also play games like Fortnite, GTA 5, Red Dead Redemption 2 on 60 plus FPS on average, depending on the settings. And even some titles are above 140 FPS on average, which will allow you to buy a 144Hz 1080p monitor. So if you're looking for a starter PC for gaming, but also for schoolwork or things like that, for $540, this is a really solid system. With the next one, we have a more improved PC for $700 when I'm recording this video, and this one is the MXC gaming desktop from Amazon with the Ryzen 5 5500 and the GTX 1660 Super, alongside 16 gigs of RAM and 500 gigs of SSD. This once again will be able to get you 60 plus FPS on average at 1080p, but the GTX 1660 Super has better performance than the Intel Arc A380, so you will be achieving higher FPS at higher quality settings, and on top of that you are getting more storage and more RAM, which will help you out with high demanding RAM tasks or high demanding RAM video games. The 1660 Super is about 40% faster than the Arc A380 from Intel, so you're going to be getting a much better performance, but you're going to be spending around 150 extra USD that I do recommend you spending if gaming performance is important to you. However, with the next one we have a much better system than the MXC PC in the Victus 15L once again, but this time is the upgraded version where you will get the RX 6600 XT for the GPU and a Ryzen 7 processor, and the 6600 XT is about 55% faster than the 1660 Super, and not only that, but you also get 2 extra gigs of VRAM, which is important for 1080p ultra settings. So if you want to play the latest AAA titles on ultra settings at 1080p, having 8 gigs of VRAM is the minimum, so it's going to be a much better option than the 1660 Super, and on top of that you get more storage in 1TB of hard drive and 500 gigs of extra SSD. The total price is $850, so you're spending once again $150 more than the last system, but in my opinion it's worth the price difference because you get much more storage and a much better gaming performance overall. So if you're looking to play at 1080p ultra settings, this system is going to be a solid option for the price, especially considering you're spending less than $900 and it's on a huge discount when I'm recording this. So if when you're watching this it's still on sale, I do recommend you buying it as soon as possible. And then with the best one in terms of gaming performance, but also the most expensive one, we have the Shadow 4 from Skytech. This one has a beautiful front mesh panel. I think the aesthetics are amazing on this system, but not only that, you also get better performance because you get the RTX 4060 instead of the 3060, and that's about 15% faster in terms of gaming performance, and you get AB1 encoding, which means that if you want to do streaming, the quality is going to be better. Then you get the Ryzen 5 5600X for the CPU with a 240 all-in-one liquid cooler, which is going to be an overkill, but it's a nice to have if down the line you upgrade the CPU to something more powerful. And then you get 1TB of NVMe Gen 4 SSD, which is going to be really fast. The price when I'm recording this video is $1,030. You're spending quite more money than the Victus 15L, and I do recommend you upgrading if you want the best performance at 1080p resolution and you want better aesthetics. But honestly, in terms of price to performance, that HP Victus I mentioned before is going to be the best one in my opinion on this whole list, and the one I do recommend you buying for under $1,000. However, if you have more than $1,000, you can get amazing performance not only for 1080p but also for 1440p or 4K resolution. For that reason, I do recommend you watching my video about the best Prebuilt gaming PCs overall for this month, and you will have that video in the top right of the screen where you literally have a PC for every budget, even for budgets above $3,000. Thank you guys for watching, thank you for the support, and I will see you on the next one.